my very special guest today is producer, director, and sometimes actor, Thomas J. Churchill. How you doing, Thomas?
Hey, how are you?
Great, thanks. I'm glad to have you on here. We tried for a while, and our paths kind of messed up our schedules, but we're here now.
It's good to be here, and thank you for having me.
No problem. The reason why I did contact you a while back is because you have a bunch of new stuff coming out, and one you're going to be starting. And I was intrigued. I came across the trailer on YouTube, so I posted the Mr. Hush and Emerging Past on my blog site, and a lot of people seem to be interested in it as well. So I figured if you want, we can start from the beginning. You have a movie called Devour in '99. Am I correct?
Yeah. Devoured is a kind of a crime drama film. We've done that a long time ago. It actually won New York Film Festival back in '99, and it took a little bit of time to get to DVD. It's available on Amazon.com, but that's been old Thomas J. Churchill. As opposed to the new slate of films that we have.
Right.
We have a film called Emerging Past, which also won the New York City International Film Festival's Best Horror Feature. It won Best Song from the same festival, and it also just won Best Actor for Brooke McCarter,
Yep.
who was also in the movie The Lost Boys.
Yep.
Emerging Past has been getting a lot of press lately. It's been invited to many horror conventions. It's slated for Germany's Weekend of Fear in April. It's an international film festival. It's also slated to Full Moon Horror Convention down in Nashville, which is the Ben and Stacy Dixon Convention in May, and Contamination in St. Louis in June. As of right now, Emerging Past is a psychological thriller, kind of somewhere between The Exorcist and The Omen.
Oh, wow.
Emerging Past will sit.
Nice.
It will be released on DVD May 17th in stores everywhere.
Can't wait.
And it's got a kick-ass soundtrack album by artists like Manji and G. Tom Mack, who did Cry Little Sister.
I love that song. Love that song.
It also has the only recorded song by the late actor Corey Haim, who he sings a duet with G. Tom Mack called Mend Me, which is in the film.
Oh, cool.
Emerging Past, and it'll be also on the soundtrack album, which hits stores May 3rd.
Excellent. And just for the listeners, if they're interested, I know they've been watching the trailer, but it has an awesome cast, too. You mentioned Brooke McCarter, Stephen Jeffries. People might know him from Fright Night. You have Steve Dash, and also Tony Moran, who played the original Michael Myers, correct, in Halloween?
Yes, and Steve Dash was the original Jason in Friday the 13th Part 2.
Yep.
And, it also stars Krista Grotti, who's in a movie called Brain Jack, and Herschel Gordon-Lewis's The Uh-Oh Show.
Yep.
Edward X. Young.
Yep.
Who's been in numerous Grindhouse films, as well as he's also in our other project, Mr. Hush, as well.
Right.
But Emerging Past, it's a good mind trip. It's a psychological thriller. It's a horror film, but it's also a thriller. People can check out the website at emergingpast.com.
Yep.
And see the trailer right now.
Yep, and the funny part about it is, this is ironic though, right? Steve Dash plays a Detective Voorhees.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's quite coincidental.
Yeah. We have, what I did is I paid homage to all the icons that I have in the film. Brooke McCarter kind of states something about his character in from The Lost Boys. Tony Moran, when you actually see him, he's kind of somewhat costumed.
Yep.
Steve Dash plays Detective Voorhees, and Stephen Jeffries has a line that he made famous in Fight Night called, You're So Cool, Brewster.
Yeah.
In this film, he kind of refers to something like that. When the movie comes out on DVD, there's going to have two versions of the film. One is the 81-minute award-winning project that everybody's been seeing in all the conventions and horror shows. It's also going to have a 90-minute extended cut with director's commentary to talk about why we cut certain scenes down or cut scenes completely out of the 80-minute version. It's also going to have a documentary behind the scenes, the two music videos I directed, which is G. Tom Mack, Soul I Bear, which is also on our website, and Mud by Katie DeChico. And it'll also come with two trailers as well, which is, filled and packed, nice little package for the fans of the film.
Right. That's going to be interesting. Like I said, that movie caught my attention when I seen the trailer, so that's one of my going to see movies. The next one that people seem to be very, very interested in, I've been reading stuff on Facebook about it, on the web about it, and of course people have been going on the trailer site, is Mr. Hush. Now this takes place in a town called Layton, Pennsylvania?
Yes. It was actually filmed we filmed it in Milford and Lords Valley area of Pennsylvania. Mr. Hush, it was written and directed by David Lee Madison, who also co-produced Emerging Past with me. We have a long history together. Dave and I went to junior high school together, and we've done a lot of things, so we thought it was time to start doing some projects together. Emerging Past was the first. We produced it together, and Mr. Hush, I produced it for him, and along with my business partner, Paul Weinroth, who's half of Chocolate Bunny Productions, that executive produced Emerging.
Okay.
David Lee Madison wrote and directed this. It's a classic horror story, very 80s homage to old 80s style films. It's very different from Emerging Past. It stars Brad Laree, who was in Halloween Resurrection.
Right.
Stephen Jeffries as well, who we both enjoyed working with. And Edward X. Young.
Yep.
Steve Dash actually has a little cameo, and there was a part written for me as well. I play Sheriff Churchill in the film, and so I produced the film, and I'm actually in it as well. And that just had its debut at the Mr. Hush Weekend Affairs back in October in Milford, Pennsylvania.
Awesome. And it also has the lovely Jessica Cameron, who played Julie.
Yes. Jessica Cameron is also in that film. Connie Giordano as well. There's a few other surprise pop-ups in there. Yep. But yes, Mr. Hush is doing the festival circuit right now, and will be released sometime, I believe, this year, as we look at the slate of projects that we have coming out.
That's going to be interesting. I want to see that one as well, because I'm a big 80s horror guy, so, that's...
Then you'll like Mr. Hush as well as Emerging Past.
Yep.
Emerging Past has an 80s feel to it. Mr. Hush, you can check it out at MrHush.net.
Yep.
And Emerging Past is emergingpast.com.
Yep. I'll be having the links will be posted on your interview site on a podcast, so they can click right there and go right into it.
Oh, beautiful.
Yep.
That would be sweet. They both also have Facebook pages too.
Yep.
If anybody wants to become fans and suggest to their friends, by all means, the more the merrier.
Well, if you want, we talked about this a little bit off the air, but it's a project in the making, Hallow Point. Are you able to mention a little bit about this?
Yes, it's Hallow Point is a film by Bobby Ray Akers. His concept, Joe Netta wrote the script. we're actually in the process of going back and forth, kind of fine-tuning the script. This movie's been had a few times. It was had some false starts. Yeah, it was going to start. It was, and then I came on board with this project. I'm producing and directing it, as well as helping out on certain aspects of the film with Joe, the writer, kind of tweaking it a little much better to just make it flow. It is a great throwback to the 80s iconic horror werewolf movies.
Love it.
As what The Howling and American Werewolf in London did, Hallow Point will surpass. My vision of how I want to shoot this is really going to be unique, and I feel it's going to be the next big werewolf. Could be a franchise as well, depending on the route we go. But this movie is looking to start production sometime later end of the year, hopefully with a 2012 release. It's a fun project. The script, as I stated earlier, it's been tweaked a little bit. A lot of changes, significant changes of any of the cast members that were originally attached to the film. They will actually, once they get a new script, they're going to see a complete, trimmed version.
Right.
It's going to be filled with suspense. Some horror and gore fans will love it as well, and it's going to be a great tip to the hat to American Werewolf in London and The Howling, which are two great horror films from the 80s era.
Now, I'm going to try and do this without mentioning names. Is the werewolf still being played by the same character?
He's probably, if we're talking about KH, he's going to be probably still in it. I don't know if I want him playing the werewolf, because I think he's also a pretty good actor.
Yes.
And I'd like to show him more than him being in a costume, which he's done numerous times, in the past. Hallow Point has an IMDb page. It also has currently it has a website that we're going to retool as well. It's hallowpoint.com. And it also has a Facebook page. It's going to be a good film, and I'm really excited about it. I'm already talking with distributors about it before we even shot a scene. They're very interested in coming on board, which makes my life a lot easier going into production.
Heck yeah. One thing I will say, what's amazing about these movies that we talked about is you have a lot of talented, veteran, 80s icon actors in it, and that's just, it's intriguing to me. It really is.
Yeah, and there's going to be a lot more. There's people in there that's not even mentioned on the IMDb for Hallow Point that we're actually going to go after, and there's one scene in particular that when I spoke with Joe Netter on that I wanted to see being written in. It also would be a tip to the hat to a great horror film from years past. I can't mention it yet because I got to make sure I can't say she's an actress until I secure the actress and put her in a similar scene that was very iconic for her during this other iconic film, and it would be more of a homage to it. And it's when people watch films by myself and my group, I want them to have fun, because filmmaking is telling a great story and entertaining and making sure somebody has a great time watching your film, as opposed to going to a theater or watching a DVD and kind of like escaping 2 hours or so of their normal life of bills or hardship or headaches, or just to go and be entertained. And that's what filmmaking is. And with this film, whether it's Hallow Point or Mr. Hush or Emerging Past, I think we achieve all of them because we want to we want to build the brand where people are going to know, oh yeah, Churchill Productions or whoever, whatever company I'm working with, they're all already going to know that brand of horror, right. That you're going to have fun watching it. Kind of like Trauma. Trauma,
yep.
When you watch a Trauma movie, you already know what to expect. A lot of slapstick, a lot of comedy, a lot of gore.
Right.
And just a lot of scenes that may or may not make sense. But you do have a good following of Trauma fans that love Trauma movies.
Yep.
So
no matter what.
we're looking to build the brand as well with our projects. With Hollow Point, Bobby and I have Bobby Akers has an idea of where we want to take this character, this werewolf character, and what we want to brand it. Whether it's going to be graphic novels or toys or posters or, it's just that big that we're looking to do with this film. And same thing with Mr. Hush. I don't think we're going to see any emerging past of Mr. Hush lunchboxes, but we're looking to do a lot of fun things with the projects.
Right. Now there's another one here. I don't know if we can talk about it. Maybe we can. But Cold Plastic in 2011.
Yeah, Cold Plastic is it's a personal film that I'm very happy to be a part of. It's a think Boogie Nights meets the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Sweet.
And we're probably we might have to push that back a little bit. Production may begin as early as late 2011 because we have another project that we're looking to do before Hollow Point. Hollow Point we're looking to do at the end of the year. This project is a movie called, I guess I can announce it at a time. I wasn't sure yet, but it's called Pushing the Limit. It's a gangster horror film that's going to be set in New York. We're putting the horror back into gangsters.
There you go.
There's going to be a website called pushingthelimitthemovie.com. There's also going to be a Facebook page, Pushing the Limit, and there'll be an IMDb page for it very shortly. This film is going to have a mixture of A-list talent as well as horror icons in it as well.
Sweet.
It's looking to be shot, I believe we're scheduling it for late winter, early spring in New York City, with a release of sometime early 2012. It's very different. Some that read the script feel it's Goodfellas with a kick.
Oh, wow.
Other horror fans that read the script think it's brutal and that I won't disappoint, even though it's a different genre. It's more in the gangster world, but yet it has a very horror-esque to it, right. And horror fans will enjoy it as well.
Excellent. Now, is there anything else that's up and coming? I know you mentioned a lot now coming up, but is there anything else?
We have another project called The Strange One, which is Mike Marino is reprising his role from Emerging Past. He was the street vendor, street merchant, not vendor, I'm sorry, where he's all in black with a black top hat. This is going to be about the origins of that character. It is no way a sequel to Emerging Past, so when people stop seeing trailers for it, I don't want them getting the wrong idea that
right.
It's a sequel. But it's taking that character and pretty much, learning about what happened to him and why he became this person that's chanting all these things in Emerging Past.
Sweet.
It will be a in-your-face horror film, and we intend it to pretty much be very graphic and very suspense and thriller oriented, but it's going to be a pretty much a scary film.
Sweet.
And that's scheduled also on our slate of films as well and due.
Sounds great. me being a horror freak, it's all good news to me. You know what I mean?
Well,
a lot of us, actually.
A lot of horror fans enjoy Oscillator films and anticipate the release of them.
Yep.
I mean, people can also go on churchillproductions.com for, up-to-the-minute stories of what's coming up and news and of projects, as well as follow me on Facebook at Thomas J. Churchill. And I pretty much announce a lot on Facebook and Twitter before I announce it on my websites. So Twitter is under Thomas Churchill as well.
You got it. Well, I want to thank you very much for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Well, I want to thank you for having me. I mean, it's been fun.
Yeah. And if you don't mind, I'd like to talk to you off the air for a couple seconds, and then I'll let you go. All right?
Sure. So your listeners, you can't hear.
Well, thanks a lot, Thomas.
Hey, thank you very much.
And we'll keep in touch. I'm kind of anxious to hear some more stuff down the road.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's great. And all your listeners out there, thank you very much. And go check out our projects and log on to all our websites and learn what's coming up. Thank you.
Hey, this is Sean Kane, director of Silent Night, Zombie Night, and you're listening to Gruesome Herzog.
Hello, this is Natalie Sheets. I played Jenna in the film Madison County, and you're listening to Gruesome Herzog.
Hey, horror fans, this is Ace Marrero, and you are listening to Gruesome Herzog. Dig it!
I'm Jessica Sonneborn, and I'm listening to Gruesome Herzog.
This is Yvette Corvea, and most of you know me as Marla from Run Bitch Run. She's a really evil, crazy bitch. And you guys are listening to Gruesome Herzog.
Hi, this is David Z. Stamp, and you're listening to Gruesome Herzogs.
Hey, this is Bill Oberst Jr. I played Dale in the film Dismal, and as Dale would say, let me tell you something. You're listening to Gruesome Herzog. You got Dale's word on that.
Hey, this is James Cotton. I'm a director, writer, producer. You're listening to Gruesome Herzog.
Jack Harrison, action actor and stunt coordinator on 3 stunt scenes. I played the character Idiot in the movie Dismal, and you're listening to Gruesome Herzog.